The last major hurricane to make landfall in the Tampa Bay area was in 1921. That's almost a century ago. Jeff Glor is in St. Pete Beach, Florida, just outside the mouth of Tampa Bay. It is expected to take a direct hit from the storm overnight. Jeff, good morning.
Norah, good morning to you. We are right next to the Gulf of Mexico on one of the barrier islands just west of Tampa. The last time a major hurricane made a direct hit on this area, the population was about 135,000. Now it's closer to 3 million, 20 times as many people. That is still less than the population of South Florida, which is getting pounded by Hurricane Irma this morning. The biggest concern right now is for the Florida Keys, the eye wall getting very close to that low-lying chain of islands. Thousands of people have been evacuated, but others have stayed behind. Elaine Quijano is watching the situation there. She is in Florida City, the last town on the mainland before you get to the Keys. Elaine, good morning.
Good morning to you, Jeff. Again, the story here out of Florida City at this hour continues to be the wind and the rain. I have to tell you, just in the last 30 minutes or so, the winds have started to really pick up where it is difficult at times to stand because these are hurricane force gusts that we are feeling. Very easy to get toppled over, frankly, with some of these gusts have been really intense. I want to just give you a little bit of a look around here. This is the scene, palm fronds down, the kind of thing that we'll likely be seeing all throughout this particular area. You mentioned where we are right now. Let's take a look at the second camera. Overseas Highway is just over my shoulder there in the distance. That is also Route 1, the only way in and out of the Florida Keys. And at the end of that road lies Key West. After 42 bridges, the city of Key West now hunkered down. There was a mandatory evacuation for the Keys, but in Key West and other communities, many people decided not to leave. The powerful winds and soaking rains promised by Hurricane Irma have arrived in South Florida, from Key Largo all the way down to Key West. Power lines and transformers exploded under the stress of the storm, and downed trees littered neighborhoods. Mandatory evacuations were issued for the Keys days ago, but some people chose to ride out the storm. Monroe County Sheriff Rick Ramsey took refuge in a shelter in Marathon in the heart of the Keys, alongside other worried Floridians.
Right now we have no power anywhere in the county. Power is totally out. I've seen a lot of people who just weren't going to leave no matter what. They're just here to ride it out. I've seen a lot of people that were borderline crying, wishing they would have left. And then I've asked a lot of them, why didn't you leave? And they said, I didn't think it'd be that bad. But most people, I think, have come to the conclusion that they should have left.
Getting wild.
Video shared on social media overnight appears to show some of those who didn't leave the Keys, despite the repeated warnings from Florida Governor Rick Scott.
Every Floridian should take this seriously and be aggressive to protect their family. Possessions can be replaced. Your life, your family cannot be replaced.
And back here in Florida City in the Homestead area where, again, the winds have really begun to pick up. Residents that I've spoken with here, both in the Homestead area and also folks who evacuated the Keys, say this storm to them feels different. There are people that I've spoken with who are here where we're staying who said they haven't evacuated in the past, but because of what they were seeing and because of the warnings that were out there, they felt this particular hurricane was something that could not be taking a chance on. They felt they had to get out, and they are worried. One man from Marathon told me that he is all but certain the first floor of his home is going to be gone when he returns, hopefully later this week. Gayle.
Yeah, that's a whole nother part of the story. Thank you very much, Elaine.